Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're going to talk about awakening skills, but before we start don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So with the latest update, most people are going to be wondering where should I invest my awakening points, what is the priority, and what do I get? Well, basically we need to understand first how you're going to progress in the game before you think about using your awakening points. So the first thing that we do is that we progress through main quests so that we unlock all the functions and modes throughout the game, and we also want to increase our rank. If you do that, you will be able to do dailies. Then if you do dailies, you will be able to increase your strength, your level, enhance your weapons, enhance your supporters, and have more HP and attack. And after that, you will be able to do event. On event, you will be able to grab sometimes weapons, which is something quite rare, but it does happen. But in most cases, you will be able to. Well, that's not a great example, but in most cases, you will be able to grab a supporter. In these events, we're able to grab supporters, and this is where we start to get the first challenge. After that, you want to do the special stages on event. I think that right now, yeah, on this one, we can see this special event, this special section that has a bigger challenge than section 5 because you're gonna be fighting basically all the enemies on the event and all the bosses. So yeah, it does become challenging, and it has 3 levels of difficulty. That is kind of one of the first real challenges that you want to tackle. Then, of course, there's also the not PvP, Arena Tower. The Arena Tower, you want to progress through Arena Tower, mainly just to grab some special rewards. But they can wait. Honestly, they can wait. Like, they are good. They are good rewards, but for the most part you can just wait because the main appeal is basically the crystals when you're starting. Well, there are, yeah, gacha coins and gems which are very useful. You have to save those kind of resources, especially something like demonite and nano machine, which should be around, yeah, floor 49 and floor 50 of tower. Those you do not want to spend fast. You just want basically the elements, the orbs, and the crystals. And I mean the awakening crystals, these ones, from the tower. Then, after that, you're going to want to tackle VR so that you get many resources, guys. You want to grab your weekly crystals, as well as crystal mirage. You want to grab your hammers to enhance your magatamas when you already have your magatamas, and you want to um, grab your VR weapons, which are going to help you out tremendously when doing constant against challenges against specific kinds of enemies. And lastly, we have Total War, which you wanna do just to grab special resources. You don't have to be on the top of the leaderboard. You can, but you'll need to invest like a lot of time and effort and money on the game. So it is not a priority. The important thing is getting the resources, the weekly and monthly resources. So yeah, with that in mind, what should we be doing with the awakening skills? So the first priority is to increase on the defensive machine resistance, demon resistance, and human resistance to 5, to level 5, basically. Then you're gonna do the same for the offensive options: battle stance, machine specialist, demon specialist, human specialist, up to level 5. Then you can go with melee offensive, range offensive, and the same for the defensive options: melee defensive, range defensive. And then with the new awakening skills that we have, what you want to do is that you want to grab, let's see, you want to grab Pierce, which is a generic penetration against all enemies. You want to grab increased penetrations against machine, against demons, against humans, skill damage, again, all to level 5. Critical damage, well, like critical damage is really, really good at the beginning, but then it fall off when you start with VR. So you can either put this at the beginning and then remove it and put it on something else like boss specialty, or you can just keep it. Whatever you like is fine. But consider that exactly in the mid game, you don't actually want critical damage. At the beginning, yes, and at the end, yes, but in the middle is where you don't want it. Then you want maybe boss adept. Depends. If you're a really big enthusiast on challenging content, perhaps it's a good idea to enhance boss adept. And after that, you can enhance to level 5 combat endurance, that is going to increase your total HP. And then all the ones that you pick, you want to keep increasing them. Again, you start with the defensive options, then you go to the offensive options, and try to increase them to level 10. Then, when you're done with all of those that are the generic and important options, you want to go for the critical ones. Basically, in this case, when we reach the critical ones, we prefer to go for the offensive options, like critical damage melee, critical damage range, critical damage generic over here. And then we can do the critical chance. The critical chance is not like required, it is useful, sure, but we can use buffs, weapon effects, weapon actives, supporters to increase our critical rate. So while it's nice to have, it's not required. Not in the mid game particularly. And the early game is like really, really useful, but you don't want to spend on that. You want like raw damage. Then for the defensive options, you would think that you would want the critical evade, critical block, and technically you do, but we can just wait. We can go for endurance, we can go for rapid healing, we can go for debuff resistance before grabbing those, because these actually are going to give you more utility, the rapid healing and debuff resistance, because most characters have a reliable way to heal themselves. Not all of them, but most do. And the debuff resistance that reduces the duration of debuffs is going to be extremely useful. Then, all the green ones, you don't really need. Like, the only one that is actually really worth it is Arena Experience. That is going to give you more Arena coins. I do not recommend to get these like at the beginning, even though it would be useful because you're going to be farming. Whenever you have the chance to just enter the arena, you're going to start farming arena coins. But trust me, it takes so much time that it is not important to spend this, especially at the beginning, because it takes so much effort to actually get the resources to awaken your characters to this level that you have to prioritize defense and attack. The other one that is actually worth it is a skill point study. VR experience is not that great because you get more arena coins, but not VR coins, but you can just keep farming instead of getting more coins. And if you keep farming, you have more chances of grabbing the drop items. So yeah, I think that it's better to keep farming rather than increase the amount of coins that you get. Intimacy study, while useful, again, is not a priority. You can just get the same result by spending more resources. I mean, intimacy gifts, but it is not important. Combat mastery, the same, not really important. I only maxed it out because there was nothing else to max out at the time. And yeah, that's kind of it, guys. Critical block and critical evade are only kind of important when we reach higher levels of VR, when you can get like one shot or two shot if the enemy actually crits. That's the moment when it's really important. But you can also become tanky in other ways by enchanting your gear, so that's something to take into consideration. So yeah, basically first defense because you want to survive to actually keep dealing damage, and then offense so that you eliminate the enemies faster. Go for 5 because level 5 because that costs less points. The more you progress, the more points is going to cost. Like this costs 2 points, but it's gonna cost you more and more and more the higher the level. For example, if I reset, you can see that I have 928 points. So yeah, unfortunately, just so that you remember, if you're not convinced about keeping this awakening skill that you do not like, you can just exchange it. It's gonna cost you gems. Yeah, fortunately, it's something that you don't have to do with every single awakening skill. You just have to do it with the one that you mess up with or one that you want to exchange because you're not using anymore. So even though, yeah, it costs gems, it is not a massive amount like the 400 for resetting all of them, fortunately. So anyways, that's about it, guys. So let me know if you find this useful, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.